Okay, so with that, a lot of times people say that they have only worn chapstick, and that's totally okay. When they come into this, I like to explain, at least for me personally, like I was a chapstick wearer, I wore nude colors. I didn't wear lipstick because I thought, what's the point? I always share that experience because then I get a little bit more relatable. And if that's not you, that's okay, but I would totally share your experience of your beforehand, because for me, I didn't wear lipstick. I thought, why am I going to wear something that comes off in 5 minutes?
Such a pain, yeah.
So I say, you know what, these colors are so great, and this is the benefits that I've seen from it, is that I get to be wear these fun colors and they don't come off, and actually they make my lips softer. So you can always, if someone says, oh, I've only just worn chapstick, say you might be surprised at what you actually like. You can pull off any color that you want to, you just have to be brave enough to do it.
To try it out.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do red.
Oh yeah, I don't wear reds. I've heard that 100 times.
But guess what? I wear reds now.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like just what you want to and what you feel comfortable to do, and you really can pull off any color that you want.
Yeah.
So
Totally agree.
yes, you're going first.
Okay, so we're just going to talk about some other products to have at parties. This probably won't be happening at your launch party because you're most likely just going to have lip scents. The next things that I started bringing to parties was shadow scents. And then especially once you hit your fast starts, you want to bring skincare. The color correcting tinted moisturizer is always a big hit for me. So I'm just going to talk about, because it is amazing. So I'm just going to talk about shadow scents really quickly. Shadow scents does not have any alcohol in it. It doesn't have those things that are going to kill off bacteria. So you want to be really careful with how you're demonstrating your colors. So I actually bring just a pack of cotton swabs. You can use makeup brushes, but I don't like to keep them clean and wash them after every party, so I don't. So I like cotton swabs because they're disposable.
I keep the brushes and I clean them, but I think I like the cotton swabs better.
I can barely keep my own clean. So all I do is take a cotton swab and then dip this on there, and that's where they're going to test it on the skin. I do not want this applicator to touch their skin. And this works well enough. The truth is that the shadow scents blend so well that you really don't need a brush. So you can dip it on their hand or even on their eye, and then you can use this to blend it, or you can let them blend it with their finger, which I really like to do because it shows them how easy the product is to work with. So I usually put it on their hand and I let them blend it out so they can be like, oh, I can do this with my fingers. I don't have to be a makeup artist. So I bring my shadow scents. I don't have all the shadow scents yet. I'm really close. I need like 2 more colors. But bring what you have. Even if you have 3 of them, bring them, because this, to me, girls love the lip scents. I mean, it's amazing. But I can't tell you how many girls have come and like, I don't wear lipstick, and I bust out the shadow scents. I'm like, oh, but I do wear that. Yeah, and I will get
Or
that.
Even just the onyx for eyeliner.
Honestly.
Like that's a huge seller.
And especially if you know some of the basics of the shadow scents, how many uses it can have. I'll pull out 3 colors and be like, you can do that your whole face with these 3 colors. And then also, once you guys hit fast starts, you're going to have skincare. You're going to have some of the
and start using it.
Use it. Come. You don't have to have testers for those. You don't have to have something separate. Bring what you have. Bring your half-empty 3-in-1 cleanser, because at least they can see it.
Yes. And I even say, like, we can talk about these things. Like, I love the lip scents so much, and that's the wow factor, but like, I love all this so much more. So therefore, it opens this conversation of, I'm able to talk about these products instead of like, oh, let me get, it just becomes natural. Yeah. So that's always something that you want to do, is have this natural conversation about these other things.
Let them kind of lead you into it too. You don't want to spend an entire party talking about skincare when no one cares about it. But having it there, I can't tell you how many times I'll bring my shadow scents, I set it on the table, and I'll forget to talk about it. And without a doubt, I have one girl at least that says, what is that? Yeah. And I'm, oh, let me tell you about it. And then it's not me being like, and let's talk about all the products that Senegence has to offer. Because that's not my style. Can't do it. So it lets them kind of discover that there's so much more than just lip scents. Leads them into being better customers in my mind too, because there's more products they're interested in buying from you.
Okay, so every time we get done with the party, people are excited about their colors, they're excited to take something home with them. You always want to say, you know, it's $55. People are going to start asking, what's the price? How much is it? And you say it's $55 for a starter kit, or it's actually $55 to get wholesale pricing and up to 50% off your order. Is that something that you would want to do? And so you kind of have this open conversation about what that $55 of this wholesale membership is. And if they're after, they may be like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. Or, you know, that I'm just going to pay it and maybe we'll see. So at least you're planting those seeds to talk to them in the future about that wholesale pricing. You never want to walk away, have people walk away never trying lip scents before and have them just go home with a color. You always want to make sure you go with a starter kit. So it's that color, gloss, and remover. Otherwise, they're not going to be happy with their product, because if they're not getting the moisture from the gloss, the color won't work. If they're getting home and having to scrub off their lips and not have their remover, no one's going to be happy. And then you're going to have an angry customer anyway. So you need the starter kit. But really that wholesale pricing is always something that you want to say to your customers in any purchase that you have.
Yes.
So
make sure you're always bringing it up. I also bring up hosting a party. So when we're talking about the colors, I'm like, okay, if you guys really love it and you're like, I am going to be spending so much money on this, the wholesale option is like your way to go. But if that's not something that's interesting to you, then we talk about the party. I actually usually mention the party first. People usually go with your second option, the option you leave them with. So I'll be like, hey guys, if you like the product and you're having fun, just let you know you can host an in-house party like this, or I do Facebook ones. And if I get 2 bookings, you're actually helping your friend get a gloss.
Yeah.
So I'll bring that up, that they can get up to 30% off their purchase and a free color for doing a party. Or if you're like, okay, I might go bankrupt spending money on lip scents, then the wholesale option, I'll bring that up next. So you want to give your customers options. They can't make choices without options. They might not ever know. And I know that I have girls, I'm sure you do too, on your team, who I was the first person to let them know they could actually be a lip scents distributor.
Yes. I was that person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have several girls who were on several pages, but I was the first one to talk about it. So make sure you offer the option and don't make excuses for your customers. Don't say to yourself, she would never be interested. None of these girls would actually want it. That's not okay. Don't do that. Don't make excuses for them. Give them their options. Let them know what's available, whether it's the options of products we have or wholesale, parties, all those things. Make sure they know what's available, and that will help you be more successful. Hey girls, I just wanted to wrap up this video. I hope it helps you guys to see how to run a launch party, make it successful, but I did want to leave just a few more tips to give you, just to really make sure that you're setting yourself up for a great party. One thing I would highly suggest is if you do have in-stock colors that are at your house, I highly suggest you have them before your party. If you do, I would create either just print it out from your computer, or if you have a cute little chalkboard, featured colors, and write out all your in-stock colors. This way your girls can see what you have in stock without actually having your stock out for them to touch. Sometimes that can lead to colors being opened without you wanting them to be. So, but make sure they have a visual of like, these are the colors you should get, because not only do you get to walk home with them right now, but there are featured colors. So that's just something to really push the stock that you have. Another thing I want to talk about, and I've done a training on this, is make sure that you are walking in, even if you're nervous, if it's your first time, be excited. Because if you are excited, that is going to transfer to your customers. So even if you're a little nervous, it's fine. Even if you're a little worried how it's going to go, that's okay. But just make sure that you're excited to be there. You're excited for them to come over. You're excited about the product, because if you are, they'll be too. So good luck with your launch party. I hope again that this helped you so that you can have a successful night. Good luck. Bye.